What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another show. Hope everybody's doing great. It's almost midnight down here in Tampa. Beautiful waning gibbous moon coming up tonight. It finally gave us a clear night, so I'm thankful. I'm gonna say it's around 80% illuminated. Just pulling it up. What's up, everybody in the chat room? So this is on the front porch for me on the 11-inch. No views of Saturn and Jupiter, unfortunately, right now, but it's going to be a sweet, crispy session on the moon. 81.2% illuminated right now. And still rising, so it's just going to get better. Start at the top. What's up, Kimberly? What's up, Danielle? Bon dia. Starlight Spectrum. Happy Honey Big Bear. Mo El Malki. What's up, Genghis Khan? How's it going? And everybody else joining. Terminator's cutting right through Sea of Tranquility. And also, I want to say, is that Mare Nectaris? Just double checking, because that one is cutting into Theophilus, Cyrillus, and Katharina. Mare Nectaris. I was right. Getting better at it over time. So yeah, right in the middle of Mare Nectaris, and I was zoomed in for a second there. We'll get back shortly. So right around here, Mare Nectaris, Theophilus is the really prominent crater, and then the one connected to it, Katharina and Cyrillus. And there's another one kind of half in shadow, which I want to check out. That is Fracastorius. There we go. That kind of horseshoe type crater. Got a tiny bit closer and you can see. So Theophilus to the left, Fracastorius to the right. Really dig the center of Theophilus. Got that cool trifecta center peak. Yo, what's happening, Tom? So yeah, let's wait for it to rise a bit more. Get some nice wide shot footage. Maybe something will pass in front of it. I'm gonna get myself a drink and smoke. I'll be back in a few. Settle in for the ride. What up, everybody? Just joining. Brought us a little bit closer. Removed the extender tube. So this is camera, focal reducer, and the 11-inch. Looking real sharp. Got a little drink. Got a little smoke. Let's see. Where my people's at? Where my people's at? What's happening? Light Moon. Good to see ya. What's up, Timothy Martin? And what's up, Sully's Girl 89? How's it going? Kimberly says, got brownies. That sounds good. Man, I wish I had some brownies. Kimberly Schick says, what's in that crater? Fake news. Fake. What do you mean? It's a crazy looking crater for sure, Theophilus. I'll zoom back in there in a second. Cloaked cities. Am I going to try and film the massive comet 168P this Thursday? Definitely will try. We'll see if it's clear enough for deep sky. I'll try and set up on the back porch for that. Yo, what's up, Miami? Yanni Santana, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Oh, I haven't even lit. Haven't even lit, let's say. I've been looking for this lighter for 10 minutes. Cheers to y'all. And a good session tonight. Another great time to be alive, to see our skies in such great detail. Especially this life-changing, life-controlling moon of ours. Alright, so what else? We got, I was trying to look up some of the news on the Chandrayaan 2 Indian ISRO mission to the moon, and still no photos, but apparently it's like happening today, right now. The ISRO rover, orbiter, is gonna move into lunar, I guess, today or tomorrow. So we'll see, maybe we'll catch a shadow of the ISRO Chandrayaan 2 mission. Maybe not. But it sucks that we still don't have any live footage from space missions going towards the moon. Another day to ask for it, another night. And also another day to recommend some Electric Universe channels, or Plasma Cosmology, or just thinkers. Thunderbolts Project, Greg J, Electro-TerraVision, Electric Universe Eyes, The Electric View, Chronos with a K, See the Pattern, Suspicious Observers, Sky Scholar, and many others. Billy Elverton, he stopped posting a while ago, but you can check out Billy Elverton's Electric Discharge in a Laboratory. At the top of the screen, Sea of Serenity, still looking like a pentagon. And then, let's see what other features we have tonight. Plato Crater and Mare Imbrium is looking pretty good. Aristarchus might have some nice detail. Of course, Copernicus and Kepler in great view tonight. Tycho at the bottom. I think Tycho has some great relief tonight. Let's look. Yeah, these are probably the best times to see Tycho when it's like a waning 80. A waning 80. Look at that. Real nice center peak. I'm gonna hit this contrast. Let me know if the audio is sounding okay and balanced. What's happening, Jen Perry? Welcome, welcome. I think this track repeated. New track. Also, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Starlight Spectrum, you picked up Island Dream on Bandcamp. Very much appreciate that. I'm going to post the link just once, actually a couple of times tonight, but here's the first one in case you want some of this music. You can hit this up and stream some tunes for free, and then you can get all of the tracks for like, I don't know, like $8. It's about 80 tracks. So if you want to support the channel, that's how. Otherwise, tell a friend or tell a friend about Electric Universe. That's just as good. Tycho crater looking amazing. I feel like it's a little atmospheric still as the moon is rising, but it's just going to get sweeter. Yeah, I readjusted that focus. Huh, maybe it's a bit better. You bought it twice. I noticed, I was like, there was something weird with the email. I got it twice, and I was like, is that just... Anyway, thanks for doing that. I really appreciate it, and yeah. Let me know if you need a refund on that second one. Alright, so the two emanating rays to the left of Tycho, and then you see the like broken crater at the very edge of it. That's Borealis, one of those ones that I just never forget the name of. Moving through a little Oceanus Procellarum basin, moving north, getting Kepler in view, Copernicus to the right, Aristarchus to the left. Let's see what that's looking like. Some funky grooves, yeah. Feels like the weekend somehow. Yeah, and he says, what a beautiful view to watch before going to bed. So awesome you joined us tonight. It seems like you're new, so please remember to hit the bell to be notified of live streams, and check the description of the video for gear and links to music and other videos, and also check out the past archives. There are tons and tons of videos if you're interested in that. And everyone's friendly, so ask questions. Kimberly says, because we're all party animals. This is slightly less than partying, but we're groovy animals, that's for sure. Groovy moonimals. I've been writing some new tunes. Nothing today, but I have one from yesterday that I'm going to throw on, because it's in a weird time signature, and I like it. Called Sun 5, Moon 8. That was a little jam and a little tour of the cool triangular, just the golden triangle that I call Aristarchus, Copernicus, and Kepler. It always looks like a right-angled triangle to me, the kind of, I want to say conjunction, but conjunction is not really the right word, I guess collection of features. So if you see it from a distance, you'll see that it kind of makes up this amazing hypotenuse Pythagorean triangle. And lots of birdies tonight, I love it. So let's zoom in quickly, take a look at Mare Imbrium up top. I got some more jams coming through. You know what's going on, Corey Connolly? It just killed it 24/7. Love it. Ooh, Shockwave, what's going on? Shh, I can't hear the music. Alright, let's put this back again. Yo, just hopping back here. Oh, so sad news, Shockwave. This is my front porch telescope, so no Jupiter and Saturn tonight, unfortunately. It would be nice. We'll see if after I lose the view here in the front, maybe if I'm awake enough, I'll do a bit of Saturn. I'll reset up on the back porch, but we'll see. But Theophilus and the moon looks amazing right now. See this crazy close-up? Just remove the focal reducer. I'm gonna do another kind of tour, and we'll do the north of Mare Imbrium. I wanted to check out Eratosthenes and the Apennine mountain range. So much to look at tonight. But using Theophilus as a marker in terms of focus, you can really see that central peak with the kind of fractured rock in the middle. Crazy. Right, is that the Black Triangle spaceship? What is it called? The Black Knight? No, it's pretty fascinating though. I love it. That's always such a great shot to get Theophilus at this particular phase, because you have the Terminator just encroaching upon it, so it gets you the most sharp relief. But I wanted to check out north. You also get Posidonius, which is pretty particular, right on the Terminator. Posidonius is on the rim of Sea of Serenity, right up here. Also a killer shot of it tonight. You can see the kind of, that it has two sets of walls, and it also has filamentary structures, kind of sinuous rails, or whatever they're called, at the floor. Like, so there's a flat floor to it, and it has like a micro craterlet in the middle, which is a little bit different than the central peaks. This one and Fracastorius and I want to say Grimaldi or Gassendi have very similar features, like large flat floors, double rimmed walls, and sinuous rails across the floor of the crater. And they both reside at the rims of larger mares, which is one of those particular electric carving phenomenon where tiny craters appear on the rims of larger craters preferentially. Yeah, Shockwave, I was kind of curious myself. I haven't done the planets in like a week probably or more, but we'll see. So leading up to Posidonius, you can kind of see this this fold in the land. This almost looks like a sinuous rail, but it's not. It's a little bit different, but it is crazy because it's almost like a twisting, spiraling form that forks off. It forks off, man. Well, let me see if I can find some names for this, because it's a lot of great detail tonight. Let me know what you think. Genghis says, looks like a clover leaf, speaking about Posidonius, right? Thrown into the moon like a ninja star. That's a great analogy. Is it a crater in the center of it, or is just a blueberry? I don't know, like I feel like, let me see what the measurement on Posidonius is. I feel like that's a craterlet. Like those are the ones that actually look like impacts to me. The ones that look like little domes, or big domes even, like to the north of Posidonius. Maybe those are sputter, but like those are possibly impact, because they have that very, very distinct kind of, just if you see craters in a laboratory with ballistics, it really looks like those kind of football domes. And that's why it's so different to see these flat-floored craters with geometric edges. So let's see. So Posidonius is 96 kilometers across. It says circular formation forms a remarkable couple with Chicornac, few steep slopes supporting the trio Posidonius O, I, and B to the north, pretty high walls. It doesn't give me a height on it though, which is interesting. It says flat floor with numerous craterlets. Yeah, so I guess Posidonius A and C are the craterlets, and Rima Posidonius, lines of crest. Yeah. And then to the left of it that I was trying to show y'all is the fork in the sinuous rail, or the landmass. You can kind of see a white spot that breaks the fork, that branches. That is called Posidonius Y. It's a very interesting feature. Forky, yeah. Kimberly Chick says, whoa, I'm freaked out. I'm freaked out. Was out recording weird lightning like balls, like balls and purple in one spot. No bolts, just balls. And then a possum walked up to me. I screamed so loud. Oh my god. Possums are pretty creepy, to be honest. They're not really like, they're harmless, but man, they're some of the creepiest looking creatures at night. I understand that. Shockwave says that line with the fork looks to me that the electrical forces or electric wind piled that dirt up there. Yeah, like sand dunes, right? A little bit. maybe vertical wind. It's pretty crazy. Damn, I'm looking at the atlas and not the actual shot. Damn. So cool. All right, let me move a bit north and we'll follow this. I really need a third monitor for this. It's crazy. All right, so north of Posidonius, you got Posidonius J. The kind of larger, look like football-shaped crater, that is Danielle. And right in the shadow is Lacus Somniorum. If we follow this, you'll see what really, like, actually this kind of very, very much to me looks like a volcano, but maybe, yeah, I'm wrong. I want to see what this is called. Right, this is Lacus Mortis. Death Lake, probably. Lake of Death. Lake of Death, anyone? But what is the crater? The crater's called Berg. And let's see if I can zoom in one more layer here. Also, it really interesting, like vertical, or at least vertical to our point of view, filamentary structure bleeding into this area, this Lacus. So the larger areas, I guess, are called Mare. Maria are seas. And then a Lacus is probably a lake, L-A-C-U-S. So Lake of Death, and B-U-R-G is this crater right here. Why don't I just label it for y'all? Mini Olympus Mons, right? That's a great point. But you see those little filamentary structures underneath, that kind of straight line edging towards it. And then in and of itself, like around the walls of this Lacus Somniorum, it actually looks like a hexagon. It's definitely a very detailed, sharp bottom edge, and the bottom left corner is very straight, so you can see that. If you just kind of squint, you got that hexagon. So hexagons come in all shapes and sizes on the moon. As I was noting, Sea of Serenity is just like a giant pentagon. So I was going to label this, but let's keep moving. There's so many things to see. Let me know if you want me to label something. Berg, B-U-R-G. Actually, yeah, let me do that. That's good. I don't forget, there's just so much to do. That's Berg. The other one, how do you spell it? Lacus Somniorum. No, Lacus Mortis, my bad. L-A-C-U-S Mortis. Oops, come back here. All right, there's the label. Lacus Mortis. So cool, you could write a whole book with moon feature names, I'm sure. Create some characters. Dia says, wow, this view, I'm taking it in as well. It's crazy. I love it. Let's see. Shockwave says, yeah, lol. Next time somebody says nature does not do straight lines and angles, tell them crystals. Hell yeah. I have this video I posted in the chat yesterday, but Alan Holden, 1958, growing crystals in a laboratory very slowly, and showing those features really that we see on the moon, or at least the shapes that we see on the moon, reflective of crystal growth. Let's do a quick zoomed out shot so we don't miss anything in case something crazy happens in the wide view. And also look at that, damn, always awesome. All right, I'm gonna take a quick walk outside, stay moving tonight, and I'll just keep tracking on this wide shot for a few. Be right back, everybody. Thanks for hanging, and let me know if I missed you in the chat. Shout outs to everybody. Yo, dang it, man. I gotta say, Shockwave sometimes writes the perfect thought. He says exactly what I was about to say. It says, Starlight Spectrum, we are doing that right now. We are all connected through the morphogenic field and tons of wires and Wi-Fi and ultra-high frequency radiation. You just don't know it, but that's okay. Take my word for it. We are all here. I bet Starlight knows too, but we are all here. And yeah, I mean, the body is just another form of density and vibration. So as long as we're here in the heart and mind, it's just as real. With this gem of a moon and all of your eyes that grew jewels So crazy. Can you imagine how insanely perfect and beautiful the human body is? So everybody is a master artist, merging minds right now. We got some more tunes for y'all. This is going back into the archives. I know some of y'all are new and you haven't heard this, but these are the albums that are up on what's it called? Spotify, iTunes, and wherever online if you want to get a full album worth. I'm going to throw on one of these tracks that I haven't done in a while called Throw Your Arms Down. Because we need a little less violence in this world and a lot more kindness.
Shaken by the pain of love. Mom never said that I had to get older. 'Cause I was thinking of calling you up to bring me back towards emotion. Let's meet down by the house of cards and watch the sun go supernova. 10,000 days on earth I've waited all alone to trip. 10,000 days on earth I've played along while the record skips. And all I've got to say, we all rock the same. Oh, all I got to say, we all rock the same. Come on, high, high, floating slow, the desert sands. I just know mirage. Floating slow through desert lands, throw your arms down. Just a whisper from your thunder. Just the crackling of the rain. Don't go missing in the splendor. Try to capsize my brain. And all I got to say, we all rock the same. Oh, all I got to say, we all rock the same. Come on.
So much awesome raw power going on tonight as we vibe on our celestial cosmic deities. It's so crazy how we have religions with these invisible gods, and you have your moon right in front of you and these planets are right here. You can really understand how our ancestors actually took it much more seriously than common folk today. But I'm grateful for all of y'all being here tonight and all the great comments. So I'm going to play a bit more music. Let me know if you want me to chat more, but it's cool to vibe out with some tunes, and I'm just going to zoom around. This is to the right of Tico, and what we're looking at really quickly is, I'm just going to get a quick glance at all this stuff. Stoffler, Faraday, Maurolycus, Lycetus, Farinellius, Poisson, Pontanus, Sacrobosco, Appianus, Chrysostom, Playfair, Azophi, Abnesiera, Ibn Ezra, that's what it probably is. Geber. So interesting, some of these are Latin, some of these feel like they're Arabic, or probably earlier. All right, so I'm gonna zoom around, and hit me up if you want a label of a particular, or want me to stop somewhere. And we'll play some Catch right here from the top. Also, what up, Michael Wise? Thumbs up.
I left home at 17. Couldn't tell you, was living the dream. What could I do for a while? I played with you. How could I prove the hidden you without the blues to hear? My heart was cruel and left residue. Catch you if you fall, catch you if you love. Your look goes high enough, like friends you used to know. Catch you if you fall, catch you when you're low. Gloria, I love when you have me. Take a good look. It's a simulation. Wake up in solitary. Wake up. It's January, man. Don't you know your life is worth more than I love when you have me. Take a good look. It's a simulation. Wake up in solitary. Wake up. It's January, man. Don't you know your life is worth more than Catch you if you fall, catch you if you're low. The look goes high enough, as fast as you can go.
Yo, everybody. Ellie Wynn, what's happening? Glad you made it. Just hitting the hour mark, playing some of the Captain of the Stars album for y'all. And right here I got Archimedes, Aristillus, and Autolycus. I'm gonna tour Plato, Sinus Iridum, Montes Tenerife, Pico, and the Apennine Mountain Range, Valles Alpes. Let's do it.
Wander through the streets, fly away from a sinking body. Got dragged into this place, back from time and space. I was in line for another party. Just Mama Little came along and asked me where the hell I thought I was going. And nowhere sounds pretty good to me. I'm staying with the dream I make believe in the light of the moon. If I will steal your heart in the light of the moon.
All right. Back to the new tunes and Plato Crater in real nice relief. You can see that little chip on its shoulder. Such an incredible feature to observe. It's kind of, I found this word for it. It looks waxy. The surface of the moon almost looks glazed over, almost like glass. And I saw this in reference to was it Ben Davidson's video? It could have been a Thunderbolts video, but this idea that the surface is glazed or waxy looking. I just love that term. It's what I've been looking for to describe the mares for a long time. Jen Perry, that's pretty funny. I was like, what? Good Jew. So funny. What's going on, Terry H? Looks like somebody dug it out. I wanted to also talk about that giant cut right through the Alpine mountain range. This is really excellent viewing of it, if I may say so. So this gash cut right through the mountains, and you can even see this, the mouth of it. Let me zoom in one more. Zoom in encore fois. You see, it looks like this little flower head, almost. Let me tune this down for a sec. Let me know if I missed anybody in the chat room, just hanging out. 12:50, almost 1 a.m. down here, and it's perfect weather. I also got the fan running finally, so I'm not sweltering. It's much more enjoyable, and I can think clearly. I swear that some of the last streams, I feel like I could not even put together a sentence without just melting down. Gorgeous, Luna, and where are we at? I was looking at Plato and all these, yeah, Plato, and then to the right of that, where's my atlas? Where am I atlas at? This feature has a name, and its name is Montes Alpes. Yeah, so 250 kilometers by 50 kilometers across is what I was looking for. That's the whole kind of rough mountain chain oriented southeast. Numerous summits alongside Mare Imbrium culminate to Mont Blanc, cut in two by Valles Alpes. And then Valles Alpes is 130 kilometers by 11 across. That's what I was looking for. High strangeness. All right, I'm going to put this track with a little bit of Alan Watts in it called Romulus Watts. It's a quick one, but I'll keep cruising down over here.
If you want life, don't cling, don't cling. Let go, let go. How can I desire not to desire? How can I surrender myself when myself is precisely an urge to hold on, to cling to life, to continue to survive? I may be like a person who has a bad habit, as a result of which he is committing suicide. He knows that, but can't give it up, because the means of death are so sweet. The way the world actually is an enormously complex, interrelated organism. People undergoing shock, people locked in the colorless, monotonous corridors of mental institution. If you want life, don't cling, don't cling. Is that if you are really aware of your own inner working, if we didn't have some campaign to have an improved brain, when you see that there's nothing else, there's nothing else. want life, don't cling, don't cling.
Let's liven up the party, y'all. I'm not ready to go to bed, neither is the damn moon, and I hope y'all are ready to party. So we got some cactus dance, and I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be back in a couple. Look at this color, it's unbelievable. It's so crazy. Before I go to the next tune, the color is real. Obviously there's a digital camera, so this is a Sony a6500, so it's a mirrorless crop sensor, and it has a thing called a Bayer matrix, which has an RGB array, and so it applies RGB colors to the back of the sensor, and so you get really these, what essentially is a mimicked version of what the camera is sensing from the moon. So, you know, when you look at the moon with the binoculars or any type of glass, the glass is going to affect the color, it's going to affect the magnification, the clarity of it. Here, so you're getting essentially an 11-inch telescope with pretty clean glass, a clean mirror, and the camera's going, let me see, I did remove the photo, yeah, it's camera direct to scope. So it's as little glass as possible between the back of the camera sensor and the telescope. And it's really good magnification on a clear night with very little chromatic aberration. So I'm pushing up saturation up to a point of like 50% more than it really should be, but the resolution is holding up, and you can kind of see these amazing blues, browns, kind of almost like camo green, almost rotten yellow towards the north of Mare Imbrium. It's one of the top shots I've gotten. I'm sure I have a few like this at this particular phase, when the skies are clear at this phase, it's excellent. So I'm recognizing that I have some photos from past phases, but this is definitely top 10 clarity-wise, especially features. Valles Alpus being that sharp and that defined. The colors north of Mare Imbrium, Archimedes. You can see another thing I want to mention is how bejeweled Copernicus looks tonight, and how hexagonal it really looks. It's such a crystal. I'm going to zoom in really quick to Copernicus, taking note of it tonight. Astronomical logging. Lunar Logacious. Robert Loggia. All right, so it is not as easy, but you do see those corners and the sharp angles. In fact, it actually has a lot more. To me right now, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, it looks like a octahedron, maybe 8 sides. But damn, it definitely looks like a crystal lattice, and all these kind of layered regolith around it being pushed outwards. You know, in my mind, definitely has electric scarring written all over it, but you know, there might be other theories that explain it in terms of potentially some sort of. I mentioned this the other night, and I didn't really explain it in any clarity, but I'm thinking this idea that perhaps the moon was in some sort of water aqueous environment or water environment where these features almost like grew, almost like bacteria over a long period of time. I guess somebody mentioned that in a comment, and I thought it was just very interesting I don't want to get locked into this idea. It's definitely like lightning bolts from the sky creating all these features without leaving room for other possible ideas as well. So I just want to make note of that. However, it definitely looks like lightning blisters because of the filamentary structures coming out of these features on like huge scales. It was just unbelievable. So the color doesn't hold up as well when you get closer, but really when you dial it back over here, and then when you hit record, it kind of compresses the image a bit, and it gets much nicer and much sharper. So let's get back to some color, and let's get back to some tunes. Just get back to the chat. And then this one's called Grown to Like You, and it's up on the Bandcamp page. And a lot of these songs have a person in mind, but the person is really the moon and or astronomy, just anthropomorphized through the filter of a songwriter. Damn, sorry, that was a bit loud. All right. Yo, Shockwave, take it easy. You always catch me when I'm talking and then you leave. Anyway, thanks for the great comments, and I'll catch you soon. Oh yeah. We got some jams, we got some colorful moon. It was just crazy beautiful tonight. What's happening in the chat room? Let's see. Am I missing any troublemakers? Happy Honey's back. Corey Connolly says, one day I'm going to catch some new electromagnetic scarring in real time. Man, I think about that a lot. I wonder what a plasma event would look like on a live stream. That would be the craziest. Something of a large scale. But I think that would be the beginning of the end, probably. If you really saw electromagnetic plasma induction between the moon and Earth, and or the moon and a comet, it would be, yeah, it might be really devastating. Taking a look here right on the center of the screen, I just want to call out this Mare because it looks hexagonal and because it's amazing as well. Mare Humorum, Humorum. That's the small Mare to the middle of the screen. Actually, I should just zoom into it one more. Leia. Actually, wait, I'm recording, so I'll stay a little bit longer in the wide shot. This is just amazing footage to capture in 4K, so I'm getting some raw data right now while I'm also streaming. Starlight says, my obsession with the moon has reached another I never thought was possible. This is my fault. That's pretty funny, but I think if that's what I caused, then it's fine. This is the type of psychedelic experience that is legal, and so many more people should really have it, this connection with space and with the moon specifically. But also, the planets, of course. But the fact that you can see the moon like this on a budget or whatever, a little bit above a normal budget, but still budget, is amazing, just beyond amazing. I could have never imagined it until I got into it and really practiced. And of course, you have to track the skies. It's not just like being able to set up and having the gear. It's also finding a good night like tonight, and being at the right place at the right time, having the ability to kind of put it all together. That's one of those things I consider, like I've worked really hard on, but also it's very lucky. Like tonight, you could never imagine how good this shot could come across, But then, because it's giving us this shot, then I have the tools to provide that to the world. And that's just unbelievable that we as people can do this. So I encourage everybody to get some binoculars or a scope if you haven't gotten into it, or get a nicer camera, or just use the gear you have and log the moon, Become an astronomer. You don't need any peer review to do your own work. And of course the chat room is filled with taco food. But I'm good, actually. I'm not even thinking about food right now with this view. I'm very slowly recording, absorbing, and looking for a tune to play. What about this one? Those are a couple of new tracks coming up soon for download. One of them is already up. This is Theophilus up close, looking amazing. I got the brightness turned down just so we get more relief. But you can really see the center cracks and peaks and shattered rainbow fractal mountains, the twin pyramids on the right in the shadow. I mean, how nice is that? I could probably zoom in even more, but more, bro. Zoom in, puny human. This is one of those pics from 2016 when I really first got the 11-inch scope. I got a shot of Theophilus at this resolution, but man, it is just nuts to stream it. Pure insanity. Let's find some reference for y'all. What is the size of this? "101 kilometers in diameter and 13,300 feet at the highest side or rim." What about this one? This is chill background. Yeah, you see those pyramids? Michael Wise, a thought. I've learned the consciousness field is aware of itself and of you and your desire to communicate with it. I know, far out. I mean, the kind of thought there is that, we are inside the consciousness field. So everything, extraterrestrials, planets, bacteria, us, telescopes, everything exists within the density of the conscious ether. Everything resonates at a certain frequency, which yields fractals. And so therefore this idea of the morphogenic field, the human biofield, and everything having an aura or an energy field is actually completely physically correct. And everything is intrinsically tied. It's just like any great practice, any great achievement, you need to practice. And so I think the human race really is not very practiced at engaging what is transmission between these fields. We rely too heavily on tools. And so, although, even the tools themselves are part of this, the consciousness field or the simulation. So sometimes I think about it, I'm like, are we different really from tools or from Earth at all? Or are we just part of the same kind of system? Alan Watts says something great. He says, the Earth peoples. It's something, we're something the Earth does. And I like that. Oh damn, happy birthday, Ellie. My birthday in 2 days. All right. Also, I'll try and stream that night, and we'll do an Ellie birthday stream. Hopefully the new track will be ready by then. Zoom more. Okay, zoom more. I mean, this is pretty rad. Let's do a quick, so the thing is, adding more glass to the zoom adds kind of specks and dust and more chromatic aberration. Sometimes the cam direct to scope with a double X digital zoom is a little bit sharper, oddly, than adding a 2X Barlow or 3X. So let's quickly do a tour with this level of magnification. And it gives you context as well because it's a bit wider. And then I'll switch up to the 2-3X and we'll see what other features do we want to look at. So that was Theophilus, Katharina, and don't repeat. What haven't we seen yet? I know Clavius, that's what I was going to go to. So we haven't taken a look at Clavius because it gets overwhelmed by Tycho sometimes. Tycho being very, very bright. You can see it right now, but I'm going to put the red marker over it, and you'll see that you haven't noticed it at all tonight. Or maybe you have. But I saw it earlier, I was like, we've got to check it out. So Tycho and the red reticle, and then if you go down a bit, that's Clavius. So let's zoom in here for a sec and I'll just look at this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Crazy. It's just so amazing how after 5 years of doing this, it's still just jaw-dropping. never gets old. That's not even a great way to put it. It's always new, rather. Especially with the cameras getting better and being able to use these filters in real time, that's just nuts. I look back at the quality of the first TakeBackSpace videos and it wasn't even close to this. It's kind of amazing to get here in such a short period of time. Let me know what y'all think about Clavius Crater right here. I'm going to put a label on it. This is the one that's referenced in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Very prominent feature, but you got to know what you're looking for. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a chain of 5 craters or craterlets, exponentially getting smaller and kind of in a ring, like starting to do like one of those spirals. It also has a crater on the rim above and a crater on the rim below. This is such a fascinating feature of the moon. I mean, top 10 for sure. But then again, there are at least 20 phenomenal features to look at. So the bottom crater on the rim is called Rutherford, and the top one is called Porter. And then the little ones are called Clavius D, and C, and Clavius Y, and J. And then to the bottom left is Blancanus, Blanca. Alright, let me remove this label. Yo, what's going on, Hazmat? Nice to see you. So many cool shadows tonight. Look at the edge of the moon. Man, this is like one of those old school sci-fi book covers where you could see the craters on the edge of the moon into the blackness. So my regulars will note that this is a particularly incredible, yeah, I don't know, man, that is just really gorgeous. Dare I say a first right here with this one? I want to find what crater that is, because you can kind of see the walls peeking out above the edge. It's just gorgeous. Is this Bila? Bila. I guess it's Bila or Hegetius. And Steinhell and Watt. There's a Watt crater. Love it. It's really hard to tell with the atlas what this one is particularly, but just try and so it's right underneath Clavius. Actually, Malapert, maybe. Newton, Malapert, and Scumberger. Okay, so there are a couple of different ones, but it's hard to pinpoint which one we're looking at, but you kind of see a few of them peeking over the edge. So cool. I can zoom in even further, make note of that. It's wild, right? It's like we're flying close to the surface along the darkness. Take together in a craft made of minds and a ton of weed and a lot of booze. The melding of the magnetic moonimoles. Look at this crazy pareidolia going on over here. Yeah, so close a zoom, yet so far a flag. But you definitely see crystal-shaped lattice geometry everywhere. Sharp corners, hexagons, pentagons, craters shouldering one another, leaning on one another, sinuous rills cutting features in half, embedded within hexagons and diamonds. Small craters on the rims of other craters, little mounds pockmarked, sputter, discharge, and concentric fractals recursive through the mind and the eye, of course. Lost track of the features, but we're not low on supplies. So just past that pepperoni pizza, everybody get pie. So damn pie. This is a killer feature. You got one of those sinuous rills indented by a small craterlet, Rima hyginus. It's a hygienic sinuous rill. Almost looks like arms stretched out, like, but even more so, it's really a particularly unique feature. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, except that it is like a straight line and then a corner, and it's the beginning of another hexagon. It actually definitely now looks like the corner of another hexagon. More sinuous rills. Yeah, I'm off the meat too. I definitely had some vegan pizza. It's gotten better, that's for sure. Some people make it well. Alright, where are we at? It's so amazing being this close up. I feel like I sort of know where we're at. We're almost near the Apennine mountain range. Still grooving, still wildin'. Still got this sharpness. Ooh, Archimedes. Look at Archimedes up close. Almost looks like it was just, oh, come back, Archimedes. Come back, come back, come back, come back. There we go. This is midway to Mare Imbrium, Autolycus, and Aristillus. Alright, so many great features tonight. Let's move south again. We haven't spent a lot of time on Aristarchus when I was giving... Actually, let's take a look at Sinus Iridum before we head to Aristarchus. So, Sinus Iridum always kind of looked very circular to me until I started looking for hexagons, and then you really see that Sinus Iridum actually is part of a hexagon. The corners are very defined, actually. At least the bottom one and the top one. I am plant-based going on 4 years, and I did fish I don't know, I stopped fish last year just to try it. I think that's really all you can really do nowadays is vote with your wallet. So if we want to chill on all the factory farming, you just got to stop buying the product, right? Or at least that's what will begin the trend of changing these practices. But I'm not against people eating meat if they want to, although I don't crave it anymore, and that's kind of an amazing thing. Oh, Corey, you're going to be disappointed. I'm not such a huge fan of Joe. I feel like Joe Rogan has the ability to really break open electric universe cosmology and hasn't for some reason. And it kind of is a bit of a tragic scenario with some of these large talk show personalities on YouTube who I think are well-meaning, but then become sponsored and have corporate backing and therefore have topics that they can't talk about. So even if I could get on Joe Rogan, which I don't think I could, I don't think I could talk about electric universe for 2 hours, because that's all I would really talk about. On a platform that large, that's all we can really talk about, I think. It's one of those things that encompasses all conspiracies, it encompasses energy, it encompasses science, it encompasses how to talk to one another, holism, metaphysics, astrology, outer body experiences, DMT, psychedelic experience, all of it from the aspect of plasma cosmology, the fact that Graham Hancock, David Wilcock, Rogan, 2-Minute Physics, Veritasium, Vsauce, Dr. Becky, Deep Space Videos, all of them should be talking about alternatives to relativistic thinking, because it's been basically debunked so many times at this point, and we still fund these ridiculous projects with phantom particles, and we'll see if we get back to the moon somehow. But I'm definitely feeling like all you can really do is take space into your own hands and create a relationship that it bypasses private industry that really is not out for you. Especially this whole idea of satellites being launched without any type of oversight, while at the same time complaining that there's space junk. I don't think any single person on this chat room sent a piece of space junk into the sky, neither did I. Hazmat says Joe got a visit and is now, don't want to use that type of word, but I feel like that's what happens to a lot of people. It happens to politicians, it happens to good people in positions of power. As soon as you take money from somebody, in that type, especially that type of money and that amount of money, then you become beholden to their type of thinking. And so if Joe wanted to get huge, he probably had to not talk about certain topics, I would think. I remember watching like Alex Jones back in like 2003 and 4 when he stormed Bohemian Grove on his own, but he also probably got co-opted by the system, and they were like, you want to become rich and you want to stay on the air, do you want to like do you want us to probably throw you in jail for trespassing, right? Any number of crimes that Alex Jones probably committed in that kind of light. And so, yeah, he's going to get a big contract and continued shows for however perpetual long. I mean, it's been literally 15 years since I used to see Alex Jones on his tiny little YouTube, not even YouTube yet, a website, prisonplanet.tv, or prisonplanet.net. Anyway, all these cats on Twitter right now, like some dude, some young kid who represents Alex Jones right now, just arguing about the silliest stuff, the most aggressive and pedantic type of dialogue. Or it's not even dialogue, it's just throwing insults at people. Wait, do we get trolls? Are there trolls? Jen, have a good one. Take it easy. Mary Monica says deep fake. The moon is a deep fake. Is that it? Anyway, let's get back to the tunes. The wrench is so weird, right? I don't know. Nobody has a wrench except for P&K Space Imaging, just in case you want to come in and post the link. But otherwise, there are no moderators, and I barely even moderate except to ask people to be polite, because it's just such a weird thing to have this classist mentality on a platform like YouTube, which is really all about equality and just people posting whatever they wanted. The democratization of content, to have like tons of moderators beating each other up and like lording it over the next person. I know that a lot of people don't do that, but I think it just breeds that type of mentality where like if you have moderators, you'll have trolls. But the other one could be, I don't know, maybe just having trolls as part of the system, you know? Who else is leaving? Lost Brooklyn showed up. Happy Honey Big Bear. Oh no, it's only Jen Perry. Have a great night, Jen Perry. I'm gonna choose some tunes. The moon's still looking great. And thanks, Jen. Catch you on another one. Oh right, I was talking about like how like I always have this lament about these big popular channels and TV stations and billionaires who seem to care to some degree, but they never talk about the interesting stuff, and they don't have a giant telescope. Like, why don't all these people who have like $1 billion have like a mega telescope built in their house and are streaming like just the sickest views of Saturn and Jupiter, right? Like, what is that all about? Like, why do rich people buy cars? Like, if I had that kind of money, I'd instantly buy a solar observatory and then a lunar observatory and film all day long and just get munchies all day long. Really? Would there be anything else to do? Like driving, going to a swimming pool? These things are just silly to me. Instantly observatory. Because, I mean, that's the type of... Because think about it, it's visuals that no one's ever seen before, theoretically. Tons of people have driven a great fast car. Tons of people have eaten, 4-star, 10-star cuisine. Tons of people have ran marathons. But how many people have actually seen the moon up close? And further, how many people have like enough money to buy a 17-inch or like 25-inch, 30-inch telescope for their backyard and have a personal viewing party where you can see the moon like, I don't know, 5 times more magnified than we're seeing it now, or 10 times. Just FYI, right? So if the stream came back, I didn't want to talk and have it glitch. So hopefully that'll come back around. But yeah, just talking about these so big channels. I mean, think about it, like Oprah. Isn't Oprah like exhausted with doing magazines and exhausted with doing the talk show? Why doesn't she have the most unbelievable observatory, lounge party at the top of a hotel, like where there are 3 stories of the most unbelievable telescopes and Oprah observatory? So incredible that doesn't happen. Even Elon Musk, right? Like you'd think a guy like Elon Musk would have like the sickest observatory to watch his rockets, right? He'd have PhD guiding software with a tracking scope that would actually follow every rocket as far as it possibly could into space, right? Like that kind of infinite money just is insane to me that we have almost like, you type it in again, go into Google, look up origins of the moon, Earth with, when is the first picture of the moon, rich people observatories, just shit like that. There's just nothing. It's unbelievable. Either YouTube and Google have nothing and it's not uploaded to the internet, which is definitely possible, or every single rich person doesn't even consider doing this. It's just beyond me. I know he launched a car into low Earth orbit, but I feel like after, like, if you have rovers on the moon and Voyager left the solar system, we're looking for the next big thing, right? Like a car into space just doesn't seem very, I don't want to say it's not impressive, it's definitely impressive, but well, it's not even just the moon. It is the moon, definitely for me, but think about, you could see, with like a really great solar telescope, like a lunt, with a calcium K filter, so you could see the prominences and all the magnetic filaments on the sun. That costs like $20,000, and like a crazy mount would be like $10,000. So for $30K, you could get the sickest, most unbelievable shot of the sun you could ever think to imagine to see. And the sun is just, of course we're at a solar minimum, so not a lot of sunspots or activity. There is activity, but not a lot of sunspots. But I would immediately do that. And of course, it would be like super, I'd be inside like a dome with cooling and an incredible 4K, 8K monitor, right? Like, why do you not, you see the silliest Twitter posts from people who are that rich, and none of them are of this setup that I'm talking about. Or even if they don't have the setup for themselves, why don't they do the setup like for other people, so other people can see space? Instead, they spend more money on creating, renders of that. It's just crazy. So I'm getting a little space junk on my lens right now, but that's due to the fact that the moon is coming out of view from the window. I could probably just move the scope a little bit closer and get the view sharper again. We got a full house. What's up, Seeing Tao? Ever think about the planets being portals? The Tao Te Ching. Ever think about the planets? Let me see. Being portals? No, I think the planets are objects to some degree, but also they could be nodes on a filamentary system, but I don't know if they're portals in the sense of like Hollywood movie portals. You know what I'm saying? Tampa says, I can't understand how anyone believes there's a Tesla Roadster in space. I don't know, it looks weird, but it also is possible because, he had a crazy wide filter on it, a wide lens on it, so it looks like you're really far away, but it was only in, I think, 150 kilometers up, 200 kilometers up, I know it's supposed to be like 2 to 4,000, but there's this range where like you can only really corroborate things around 200 kilometers up. And so I feel like there is a null zone between the two magnetic fields where if you did launch a rocket, somehow you could probably lock into this place. That's where Hubble, ISS, all these different spacecraft actually go to, this particular like area. But yeah, low Earth orbit seems very possible. There's just a ton of footage from there, and it's just impossible to fake that, so to speak. Even if you look at Dwayne Kellum's videos, like he's doing that on a home budget with these tiny cameras and GoPros and stuff like that. Just imagine that times 100 with crazy technology. It's definitely possible to get up to a certain altitude that's further than using a balloon. So if that, like you just have to extrapolate that. In fact, like I think it's very possible that robots can get into space. It's just thinking about it with human flesh going through the magnetosphere that seems to start getting a little bit cray-cray. All right, I'm gonna take a little break because I gotta stretch the back. It's going on 2 hours, but I'm gonna keep going as long as I got the view, maybe another 20 minutes or so. How is it that clouds pass in front and behind the moon? They definitely don't pass behind the moon. It's an optical effect, because in order to, essentially the moon is just so bright and radiant that it creates this illusion that looks like it's clipping these clouds. But I've filmed it so many times and it's for sure there are no clouds behind the moon. It's just an optical illusion. But, or see-through moon. There are many times I've filmed the moon with stars going behind it, Venus going behind it. In the daytime, you definitely can't see through the moon. I think it's just way more interesting to take the moon as like a hollow object that's electrical and potentially controls life and things like that, versus trying to make it like invisible and simulated, I don't know if you can really go anywhere from that, because you can basically simulate anything. If the moon is a holographic sim, then we're basically looking at nothing, and it makes it feels kind of empty. The fact that it's an object that is potentially active and in control of things and works with us and affects consciousness is crazy and cool to me. All right, take a little break right here, be right back. And new tunes. Sun 5, Moon 8, this new track from yesterday. All right, y'all. So, for the last 30 minutes of the show, we're going to do this 3x Barlow magnifier, and it's just crazy. It's definitely got some gunk on the lens, but we'll do what I can. Just going to do my tricks and move around it. But Posidonius crater, really close. You can see the curled in double wall. You can see the center craterlet. You can see the rim on the small crater on the rim of it, Rutherford. You can see the little sinuous rills inside it as well, and the center is so cool. It looks like a little hand with 3 fingers and a thumb, right? Like a handprint. So cool. Insanity. Yeah, right? Starlight Spectrum says that looks like a bear paw print. I was just saying. So I'll hang out here for a second, and then we'll go and check out Tycho, Aristarchus, all the good ones. That is a serious zoom, right, Ellie? Ooh, and the shoulders are on fire. Nice Morgello. Super Troopers reference. Excuse me, Mr. Bearfucker. Unfortunately, they really never made anything as good as that movie. It was just such a synergistic and serendipitous grouping of all those cats at the right time, and they really it's like a debut album, right? Broken Lizard Troop, but pretty funny. Is part 2 good? I dare not watch it and ruin the legacy. It's the same way with Trainspotting. I don't want to watch the sequel. Are you kidding me? Really? Would you ever really watch the sequel? Okeechobee? No, you're okie dokie. Something about that, like just every single line in that, plus I forget the actor's name, his name Kevin something. The head of the chief of police, just excellent actor. He's just hilarious. I mean, he's a famous actor too, but he just plays it so straight-laced in that movie. It's incredible. Part 2 is hell crap. Yeah, see, I will not watch sequels that have been made recently. There's something so soulless about them. And some of these movies, like, people are like, oh, I don't want to ruin it, but it's just my guilty pleasure. I'm just going to watch it. I'm like, no, sorry. That's the one choice I've got, is to not ruin some of these movies. It's like if somebody made a sequel to Trading Places, I'd be like, or Coming to America. You know, they're doing Coming to America 2. Coming to America. But Coming 3 America, you know, it'll turn into a full-on like Eddie Murphy universe, extended universe. All right. 24/7 says, will I stack these? I might, actually, but I don't know. I have tried recently to do that, but it takes forever, I'll be honest. That's what really the issue with stacking 4K footage is, just takes so damn long for each and every one that sometimes it's like better to have the live shot itself and just to show it to y'all. This is really the true experience for me, is seeing this like bear paw print and Posidonius up close with all of y'all, like right now at 2 a.m. August 20th of the year of our electric universe. What is it? Year 0. Let's just call it year 0 of the plasma year, the plasma calendar. Right? I don't know, like, I mean, nothing against Jesus. If he was real, he might have been real. He might have been a mushroom. If Jesus were real or a mushroom, it doesn't matter. It's so strange that we go by these calendars that are ever so arbitrary, and yet they're ever so serious. Alright, so tunes. Let's get some tunes. Let's do some tempo switch. This is not something I'm working on. It's a bit rough in the mix, but it's an interesting idea. You know, somebody somewhere. Quoting lines from Coming to America. I swear, Coming to America is probably like just such a flawlessly good movie. But I do like Trading Places. And they were talking about Eddie Murphy recently, but he did such a slew of bad movies in a row. A lot of them did, you know? But take a look at this feature right here. This is that Montes Tenerife. Is it Tenerife? Tenerife. No, this is Montes Recti, excuse me. To the right of it is Montes Tenerife. But Montes Recti, R-E-C-T-I, is this, it looks like a word, right? It's crazy. Of course, I don't know what it says, but tonight it looks like, what does it look like to y'all? The last letter looks like a Y, and the first letter looks like a C. C-A-K-U 4 4Y. It's probably like the moon's password for Facebook. It's my bank PIN number. No, it's not. It's a very terrible password. But Cacu4 Calculon. It says Calculon. It's definitely a Futurama reference. Exactly, it says TakeBackSpace rules. Thank you, Corey. That's very kind. Doesn't it look like Cacula or Count Chocula? Anyway, enough speculation on this feature. Where's my controller? What up, Asas Rahkayat says, this is a word or what? See, I don't know, I joke about it, but it's called Montes Recti. It's like a mountain range, or it could be like electromagnetic, like sputter from discharge. It could be a city. Who the hell knows, man? But I always find it interesting. It definitely looks like writing. So I feel like I'm getting a little bit of dimness from the windowsill, and you can kind of see what happens when you add the 3x. There's just so much crap on the, it's not on the 3x lens itself, it's actually, and this is the crap that's on the scope mirror, but because you have the 3x in, and I have the contrast turned up, you can really see those specks. So if I go to default, you see that junk. But look at this incredible magnification. I basically just center things in between the junk on the lens, and we can look inside Aristarchus crater tonight. It's such an unbelievable view today. Very lucky. Encrypted password, right? I thought I was being funny, but it definitely looks like that, like a mix of letters and numbers. Yeah, I got space junk. This is the space junk I can account for and take responsibility for. The rest is Elon Musk and NASA and ESA. You'll see, it'll go year by year, and they're gonna keep complaining in the media and say, oh, we can barely do things, space junk, and people like you and me are not gonna launch rockets, probably ever. We're not going to launch satellites from our backyard, and we're not going to populate the skies with space junk, and yet a few small industry zealots, people who take capitalism above the health of the planet, are going to launch satellite after satellite and eventually also complain about the space junk year after year until 5-10 years from now, when you can't launch anything into space, and they're going to say, why did we get here? How did we get here? And then nobody's going to be accountable for it. But I'm going to call it right now. It would be awesome if people just paused on this whole satellite thing and took account of all the space junk before we kept launching hundreds and hundreds of satellites. No politician talks about it, not a single candidate, obviously. The political races have nothing to do with anything actually realistic. But I think it would be a major topic to talk about, like, what is the deal with space junk? Like, how much is there? How do you account for it? How do we clean it up? Why does the government and small private agencies keep littering space with space junk? And then, should they stop? That would be a really important topic of debate on one of those talk shows. So, I bet Joe Rogan has had somebody say the word space junk. I bet Neil deGrasse Tyson or some schmo talks about, oh my God, did you know that 50,000 blah blah blahs of space junk are being tracked at any second? It's just a real tragedy because we, the people, all of us are sending up space junk. We're all to blame. But there's no action taken after that, where it's like, no, this is not a good idea. Let's stop this. Assess the problem, and potentially change direction and send less space debris. It's fine for the front of a telescope, it's not good for the skies. How about that for some activism? Astronomical activism. Or slacktivism. I'm sure somebody's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're on YouTube. What are you really doing? And that's fair. Alright, so I think I'm losing the view here. I'm going to switch to the wide shot, and we'll get the wind down, the drift off of our lunar planetoid partner. More soothing jams coming your way. night, everybody. I think that's it for me. If I'm up any longer and I set up differently, I might stream, but maybe not. This was a fun one. Really incredible shots. Thanks for sticking by and riding. Damn, there's so many people in the chat. I just realized, I don't know, should I try and switch it up to the small scope? I could switch it up to the 6-inch real quick. If y'all want to be patient with me, we'll do another 30 minutes maybe. Let's do that. I still got some energy, but I need a snack, that's for sure. Intermission right here. Go pack the bowls. What shall I play? This is Jam's True North. Alright, so I'm going to put a recorded clip of the moon on the cam, and then I'm going to switch to the 6-inch scope. That's going to take a few minutes, but we'll get a few more views in before the end of the night. .214 in the dirty south. Somebody somewhere. I don't know, if I missed you, have a great day. If not, stick around for a few more. Let's see what goes on, if I can get this little scope to work. Back in a few. Got the 6-inch setup, which is rad. It gives us a bit more time with the moon, and it's very clear still, which is great. 2:21 on the clock. Just had some sugar snacks, cookies with raspberry jam, some cold water. Cold water is always good, especially after sugar. The only thing about the 6 is the tracking is not really as good as the 11, and I also can't do a 2-star line right now, especially inside. But otherwise it is very crisp still. song is now called the Inverted Potato Song. Yeah, deep in it. Did a little bit of the inversion trick with the contrast filter. It really is awesome to do it over a certain period of time. You start to get used to it and start to look for particular features in that look. And it's like a whole new moon. I just want to point out this little dragon that you can see near Valles Alpes to the right of Plato. It's funny, all of this looks like the kind of S shapes. Actually, more so, looks like a ring of stones that I just noticed. So if you look at Plato, which is the flat-floored, kind of glazed crater, to the right of that, you'll notice if you you'll see that it has walls. It's almost like another square, or diamond rather, but all the walls have been broken. So that's actually Valles Alpes, that's the Alpine mountain range, and it always looked so, I guess it kind of looked random, but it's not. It's actually, there's like form to it. So another octagon or hexagon. No, it's an octagon actually. It's crazy. And then right on the edge of that octagon is Valles Alpes, the cut, and then if you follow the cut downwards, it looks like the head of a dragon almost. And then the chicken foot underneath Plato, or the raptor claw. It actually looks like a raptor claw. The 6-inch is really not too bad. You can get some pretty great detail. Check it out. This is Montes Tenerife. Yo, what's up, Z-Proxy? Catching the end of this. Been going for a while, my man. Yeah, the stream is pretty solid tonight. There was only one dip out earlier. Plato Moon Potato, exactly. Moon-tato. I'll have 6 moon-tatos and 5 Saturnovers. and Jupiter-turnovers? They're all turnovers. Saturnovers and Jupiter-turnovers. What's the other one? Venatella? Nah. Cut a joke when it doesn't go. Tammy, take it easy. I know you're fading. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Totally massive plasma discharge. Heck yeah. Although you could put the word fries next to anything and I'd want to eat it. So if we had some moon fries right now, I'd put some, some Titan ketchup on it. And some Triton mayo. And an Enceladician pickle. An Ionian lettuce, and I get a bun from Mimas. Yeah, that's my ultimate space burger, my moon tater fry burger, my moon fried debater. Alright, this is Anaxagoras, and that would also probably be a good name for a Greek restaurant. Every restaurant should really have its own telescope and probably a health inspection. So looking at these interesting craters up north, this is Mare Frigoris, so Sea of Storms. And you got total pareidolia going on here with the sunglasses and the Officer Barbrady face. So I'm going to stick here and see if y'all can see it. Mouth at the bottom of the screen, nose in the middle, and sunglasses. So crazy. Starlight Spectrum says, we're talking about eating the moon right now. My life is complete. So true. I certainly would open a restaurant and theme everything moon. But it would really, I'd dig deep and kind of find strange names for everything. Like the Bully Aldous burger and the Aristarchus Plateau de Mer and Spaghetti Crisium, Spaghetti Serenitatis, Spaghetti Serenitatis, and Penne Fecunditatis, please. But I'll definitely take that Pate Frijoris. It writes itself. The menu is done already, guys. Everybody. Alright, so let me know if you see the sunglasses, weirdo face, and then above that, almost like a little brain slug. I love the Futurama brain slugs. Is it crazy or is it getting dim? I think this might actually be the wind down, everybody. That's cool. We got some wide shot footage, and I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to set up on the back porch because this clarity is remarkable. So if y'all stay up, I might end up going live at like 3 a.m. because I'm crazy like that. Crazy about space. Alright, universe and us is electric. No, we are. It's probably for sure certain 100%, I mean 99.9999 100% we're electric. Almost certain. Moon Tato Nom Nom. You know, broaching that 3-hour mark where it gets silly. Definitely gets to the bottom of the ashtray in terms of my deliriousness, like Eddie Murphy. It is still very pretty, certainly. Alright, maybe what I'll do is I'll jam a little bit. Let's do that. I'll wake up all the neighbors' cats. Overpowered. Tubby tape. Ooh, guitar sound for the wheel. Whoa, 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 whoa. The greatness of the moon cannot be understated. Oh yeah, I know Eddie Murphy had an album. I gotta say, I think I probably heard it as a kid, but it has been a while. But the greatness of the moon cannot be understated. Cannot be understated. The greatness of the moon. That requires repeated centering. So the greatness of the moon cannot be understated. Is it time for the group chat song? Yes, it's time. Yes, it's time. Is it time for the moon chat room song? Yes, it's time. Oh, it's time for the moon and the chat room song. Well, I make up silly words, but we all get to sing along. And I don't want to bust out any speakers, no, no. My girl loves to party all the time. I love that song. Reminds me of the old commercial. Somebody feed me the next line, please. Let's see if we can get through this. Everybody throw me a line. Everybody throw me a line. Doesn't have to be anything too well thought out. Just spur of the moment. It doesn't even have to rhyme. All right. Oh shit! Let's go. Atmosphere. How did I might take so far? Pour me another glass of heavy theory in my heart. All I need is the truth, and then I can part of the light, like the Titans. Hold me back until you're not frightened. Pulling you back. Oh, just truly racing away from us. Come back, moon. Stay just a little longer. Joe Rogan doing nothing but spamming. Covering up all the truth. Joe Rogan ain't doing nothing but spamming. Covering up electric universe. But he's not alone. And Neil deGrasse Tyson covering up electric universe cosmology, you know. He must see the videos. It's not a mystery no more. Just funding at your door. 2-minute physics ain't gonna teach your children nothing. 3-minute science is no way to embrace the truth. It's all of you. Right, little right. What key is that in? Right, little fishing hole. Freaks on Jerry Springer right now. Physics, geometry, oh yeah. Right, little fishing hole. You're such a hard key to sound right about now. Maybe it's modality, maybe it's dissonance, maybe I'm just don't want to conform to your system, maybe I just want to write a song that has nothing to do with your framework or structure. Throw back to post. I know it's hard to say goodnight sometimes. Wishing we could stay here forever. I know that I want to stay here forever. But you know, tomorrow comes strong. But tomorrow will come along. Embrace for reassimilation. Brace for humiliation. Once again. Oh yeah. Why does it cycle ever so? Shining like the end of the night. So I bid you all say a sweet lullaby for you and your comfortable bed. I hope you rest. Hope you drive so fast along the streets of your mind. I hope you find me soon. Man, alright, I think it's time. Was a black screen where the moon used to be. But all of y'all don't mind. do ya? There's a black screen where the moon used to be, but y'all don't mind, do ya? Do ya? It's a black screen. It's a black screen where the moon used to be. But I don't mind. No, I don't mind. No, I don't mind. 'Cause I gotta go. Oh yes, I gotta go. Yeah, my neighbor's gonna wake and call them to take me away. I know that I'm having a double fade, 'cause I could just play. Alright everybody, thanks so much. Good night Tammy, Vicky, Morgello, and Hazmat, and Corey, and Starlight, Spectrum. Throw me a note, and I'll shout you out. I'll shout you out, I promise I will. 'Cause I could just play from the camera roll. Why not? It just sounds too damn good, and I'm still awake, so I'm gonna keep playing. This is pretty unorthodox. Normally I'll end the stream if I can't stream live, but the hell with it. Alright, camera roll. Now's the time to cooperate. There we go. Sweet. Rewind time. And let's just watch the moon again. Look at that. Write something different, change it up. What about this one? Yo, good night everybody who's leaving. I think I'm gonna keep playing if y'all are staying. Your candlelight, watch them push you while I play. A distant wish is my delight. To your fire out in the sky. Oh, I'll take you for a ride. We'll carve out oceans for you. For you. You do what you do, what you do when you try to feel special. But you suit. That's what you get for smoking so much, man. You do what you do, what you do when you try to feel special. always lose. You try to accuse someone. And I found it took images for me. There was a ghost in my head, and I lost my place instead. I thought I had something. Ooh, just trying to write the next best thing. Oh, trying so hard. The next best thing, trying so hard to write the next best thing, trying so damn hard. Can't make me stop, gonna make me play all night, can't stop, no matter what the way. Can't make us go. No, 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 no. No, you won't make us leave. Oh, it's hard enough to be a citizen. No, it's hard enough to be on the outside. It's hard for me to see what it's all come to be. If I come so tragic, I will wait for something else to reappear. If the company is ever so demanding, I'll find some way to disappear. Yo, I'm just trying to riff, I'm just trying to make it through. But life takes so much out of me. I'm just trying to riff, but my wife took so much out of me. Even though I was never married, I had the look. I put my hand on the book. I had the look in my eye. The look in my eye. In my eye. Oh, piece more jello. I need more jello. I need more jello. More. I need more. I need more. I need more jello. More jello. I need more jello. I need more jello. Please, I need more jello, I need, please. I know it sounds repetitive, but I'm trying to go for some polymetric shit. It's late, forgive me. Practice sessions live to the world. Sessions live to the world, live. Practicing your instrument is not the greatest thing to do when millions of people observing you. I'm not gonna repeat that. Come back. All right. They really need to make a wireless remote. Jesus Christ. Let's climb geometry like when. Haha, that was really like when. Damn. There we go. Alright, sorry about that. Let's climb geometry like when we were kids and float above the bridge. Let's what was it? Let's try geometry for once. Lost the thread. Totally lost the thread. Very David. Let's see. Very David. Let's write a song called Very David Lynchian. Very David, very David. More dark, darker, darker, more. David Lynch was a fictional character in a susceptible paper written about transcendental muffin theology. Snakes churn in the graveyard of the mist. And then you would know about the glasses I left on the counter for your sister. You know, she had an addiction to ice cream. An addiction to ice cream. An addiction to ice cream. Not gelato, but ice cream. Not Shack Telly, but ice cream. And not with an egg in it. Not with an egg in it. Not with an egg in it, but make a fool of the micro-plated gastro into love. Alright. Something I recognize. But your life, it's been too long that I never come back. It's ever so cyclical of the world between us to break down. Nothing from you. No, I wanted nothing from you. No, I tell you, I wanted nothing from you. Said I wanted nothing from you. Said I want. I just had an idea to share with you all, with you all. Had an idea to share with you all. An idea to share with you all. I had an idea to share with you all. Share with you all. I had this dream, freedom to explore space, space, space. Oh, but my dreams were shattered, shattered by the night that mattered, mattered. When the Mars mission was scattered and the moon was driven so mad, so mad. makes sense. That's real punk when you don't give a shit. Maybe NASA's really punk after all. An extended session with your body, hold it up above the mountains, waiting for the end of days. You know, no matter how you prep, no matter what you buy, it's all gonna end with a tear in your eye, but it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I've heard every story, you know. They tell you it's gonna end in 3 days, no 2. Oh, it just flashed by me right now. It ended 10 seconds ago. But we still made it. Oh yeah, we always make it. You know, we'll always make it till we don't. Till we don't. Till we don't. It won't matter after that. So low, I'm feeling so high. I don't go to work today and toil away. You want what you want, got not enough. You could never solve the riddle. But who was the real one? Who has the will now? I was the hunter. We gather the stones to do all the voodoo we do. God, not enough, we could never find a middle. But I'm feeling so low. I'll meet you on the road to Woodstock, but they moved party back to land, and they block you off with $10 bottles of water, and they cut your mind down 1,000-degree heat. And you don't wanna shit on the system, you don't wanna rely on the system. But we can't help but shit on the system once in a while. Starlight Spectrum says, want the lyrics of Island Dream and want to hear me perform. I don't even know if I could do that. It's done with this cool delay effector. Let's see. Can I get this delay thing going? Actually, I thought I knew it. Anyway. Something like that, but it's definitely missing the guitar effector. I could play a bunch of old songs, but I feel like just ad-libbing right here. I'm gonna go as long as I still got energy. It's a rare occasion that everything sounds so cool. It's a rare occasion that you get so lucid with your writing. I could say just about anything, I could say just about anything, and it would fit right Now it's some kind of superpower that you stumbled across after 10 million hours playing some kind of sport. Even though guitar is not a sport, even though guitar is not a sport, I heard that guitar is not a sport, but you can approach it that way. You can approach anything that way. Did you hear the falling bones? So I'm gonna play from that song, Falling Bones. You stumble across certain chords, and you hope you'd never played them before. But Pink Floyd thought of everything. They were there before, they were there first. And Rush picked up the scraps. Led Zeppelin regurgitated everything the blues had to offer, and now I've gone fully out of key. Alright, let's see what else. Stars for you. This is it from my home. Oh, this is it. I hope you can feel that we're on the very edge. Oh, the very edge. No one beside us now, and I've got to fade out. Hey, that looks like the potato man. That looks like the potato man. That's another fake out. I swear this is the last one. Just getting it out of my system, my system. I feel that this is a remedy for me, so I believe it may translate for you and you. Thanks, everybody. Many great potatoes to all of y'all. The groovy, moonimals, humanals, and electric beings. Thanks so much for an awesome stream tonight. Wonderful, polite, respectful to each other, and fun chat. Super cool. Thank you very much. 3:17 a.m. Captain signing out. That's it for me. Some sweet grooves for everybody. Some live tunes that I promised. I know some of y'all are new. I know we're winding down here, but whoever checks us out and is new, this is what it's like when I get some freedom to play. Thanks Hazmat, thanks Kimberly, thanks Corey, thanks Light Moon, thanks Bomdia, you've been here for so long, I love it, thank you. I know Vicky was here, I know Ellie Wynn, heck yeah. Take care, Ellie. Have a great night. And anybody else still hanging out? I know Z-Proxy was here for like half a second. I don't mind if people curse, it's all good. You just gotta keep it civil and just gotta keep it kind. Man, I'm still wide awake, but I'm gonna go check out the back porch and see if maybe Saturn is visible. Look at it with the binoculars and have a smoke. Have a great day tomorrow. It's Tuesday. It's hilarious. It's one of the cooler Mondays in a while. I'm gonna play one track, one last one. Maybe the Watts one, the Watts track. Yes, the Watts track. I like this one.
If you want life, don't cling.
If you want life, don't cling to it. Damn, Fantasy Ecstasy just showing up.
How can I desire not to desire?
How can I desire not to desire?
How can I surrender myself when myself is precisely...
Yeah, Fantasy, check out the previous, or at least, definitely check out the replay of this show. It's very crispy moonage, some of the best, and really good colors, and tons of tunes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna crash, definitely. I'll take a look outside, but no more streams for the night. I'll catch y'all real soon, everybody. Thanks again. Peace. And definitely be kind to people, push kindness, and no more bullying in science, and teach people about EU, and be wise, and be safe, and all the good stuff. I do appreciate your time. I'm out.
In the colorless, monotonous corridors of mental institute. If you want life, don't cling. Is that if you are really aware of your own inner working. We didn't have some campaign to have an improved brain. When you see that there's nothing else, there's nothing else. If you want life, don't cling.